going on today?
So we're about third week in November, getting ready to fly out for Paris Supercross next week. So today this is Thursday. We've had a pretty big volume of training this week, and we're out here at Rattray's in Florida mixing it up. I haven't rode here before, so this will be kind of fun. Little test to try out a different track. Yeah, so today on the menu we got a warm-up, a little 5-lapper, and then 2 20-minute plus 1-lap motos. So it's going to be a big day. Looking forward to it. Like I said, it's been a pretty high volume week, trying to just get as much fitness as we can out of this week, and then next week we're flying off to Paris, France. So yeah, it should be good. We got a couple guys to ride with and new track on the menu, so pretty excited.
Drive all the way down here to film. No, not even a clean bike for me to get clips of. What is going on with this? Dirty boots. What's going on?
That's what happens when the rider's a practice mechanic. As you will notice, though, we have a brand new, fresh Pirelli tire on today. Yeah.
He does have a fresh tire. But how long did it take you to change that tire?
Yeah, I'm getting better. So I've changed like 8 tires in the last 2 weeks. So I'm probably down to like 6 minutes for a tire right now.
6 minutes is pretty impressive for a rider.
I'm happier with the fact that I haven't pinched any tubes yet.
So
that's good.
Yeah, plot twist. He's got a tubeless system. He's lying.
As you will notice, got a brand new, fresh seat cover as well.
Okay.
Got seat cover.
Only put 4 gallons of gas in the can so he can actually lift it.
This is another practice mechanic hack. Yeah, hack. Put 4 gallons in so you can lift the can up.
Look at the focus.
So another thing, I changed the front sprocket the other day. I couldn't get it off, so I ran down to Harbor Freight, bought an air gun, impact tool, took it off, and then now every time when I ride, I check it because I feel like it's gonna fall off the nut. So I'm like OCD about it.
Is that another hack or what? Just run down to Harbor Freight for your bike parts?
Yeah, bike tip. Dude, Harbor Freight is where it's at. You get some pretty damn cheap tools there. Triple right here by a country mile. F&A cotton.
Alright, Alex, what are we doing?
I was checking the air in my forks. We're bleeding air. And then the track's a little bit more like laid down today, it seems like. So I softened up the front fork compression, just a couple clicks to see if that can help the front end sit in a little bit in the corners. And like the whoops aren't too big here, so it seems like you can kind of come in a little bit hotter. I just softened up the front. I'm just curious to see if it balances the bike out. So shout out to Germa for the gas can.
Oh!
get that corner, dude.
That's fucking fast. I was like,
Because
whoa.
you're really good on corners. So even that thing,
Yeah.
you got one gear torn on a 450.
This thing definitely doesn't corner as good as a 250, but I've got it to corner pretty good now. But the hardest part is like if you're going slow and you're not fully in it, it'll stall sometimes. So like on a 450, it's way easier to stall than a 250. But if you keep the clutch engaged a little bit, it seems like it keeps it pretty safe.
Especially like here, because you can really slingshot out of this.
When you were walking towards me, I was about looping out coming down the straightaway. I'd literally be like, pull the clutch in to let the front drop and then just dump it.
Yeah, you can lug those things.
All right, Alex, what did you just get done doing? Explain to the people.
Me and TJ just finished our first 20 plus 1. He did a 15 plus 1 because he's a little guy. He doesn't like to admit it. But yeah, we just got done with the first moto, so it was pretty good. Track shaping up. Good moisture. It's kind of overcast today, so I think it's going to stay good all
What would
day.
you like to think?
Like to thank TrollTrain.com. Next, FXR.
You're putting those mechanic skills to work, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
No, that guy's fucking stinking.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed. I was actually talking to my brother about this the other day. It's like when you're on a factory team, you're like, well, make sure my tires got 12 pounds on. When you're checking your own air pressure, it's like, 5 pounds, 10, 15, whatever. My brother literally, he got cleared to ride. He rode yesterday, so like fucking hammerhead. He does 30 minutes on the skier, hour and a half bike ride with 3 15-minute sub-threshold intervals. Goes out and rides. And he's like, yeah, I forgot to check my air pressure in my front, and I came back after my first session. He's at 5 pounds.
No way.
And I'm like, this kid.
What was your lap time in Moto 1?
Man,
Your best lap time.
It's like not downloading. I think we were like
But I gotta
104.
get to move some dirt on my
104,
property to get the pad
something.
done.
Second moto we got faster. Ooh, we're gonna go do a couple starts. I like to just get in like 5 starts a day if I can at the end. Just just don't want to smoke a clutch, but just kind of keep the muscle memory fresh. So it's been a little tricky on the 450. It seems like the less
You want
gas I
someone to
give
get
it.
whole shots? I can line up next to him.
Yeah, show me the way, Tyler. But yeah, 450 is pretty gnarly. Like at first I was trying less throttle because I was thinking that I'd be wheeling, and it seems like the less throttle was actually worse because the rear kind of would squat when you would give it a gas. So just kind of working on that a little bit. So we'll see. Somebody want to give me some start blocks here?
I got you. Filmer's got you. Here, get on it now, Justin.
Yeah, we're gonna need some serious help with the whole shot device as well, boys.
I had to pull it hard. I couldn't pull it hard.
Now you got this whole shot device on yourself this time? Oh! Is he gonna get it? Oh! All right, Alex, tell us a little bit about your bike setup.
Oh, where do we start? All right. Well, first off, we were talking about changing front tires today. So I've kind of been playing back and forth with an 8100 and the 9100, and kind of settled on the 9100 just for the feel it gives me in the whoops. And actually, like if you take the tires off and like side by side, like the 90 is like visibly almost like half an inch to 3/4 of an inch taller. And then for me, like that comes with comfort in the whoops, and I feel like it corners pretty well. The other day we were playing with like titanium axles versus stock axle. I actually like the way the bike felt in the whoops with the stock axle compared to the tie axle. I don't know if it's a weight thing or just like the characteristics of the metal from tie to steel. So and other things like with the rear tire, 110/90 Pirelli. That's just for us. It's a good tire in Supercross. Like the tracks break down, they get pretty ruddy. So I feel like this is a really good tire for in the main events when the track is kind of getting broken down and rough. Is the 120 is a little wider, the 110 is a little bit taller. So things that are unique for me, like I've always kind of, no matter what bike I'm on, I've always kind of liked taller foot pegs. So right now we're only at 5 mil taller, but that's something in the future we're looking at. Hopefully getting some to 10. Yeah, that's kind of a look at Big Al's 450 Club MX FXR setup on the Yamaha 450. Yeah, he's like a rescue dog. They found him up in Georgia. And we went over to hang out one night, and my wife saw him, and it was like game over. Like fell in love. Hey. Hey. Yeah. You're so good at coming. Yeah. You're so good. Can't blame anybody but the owner.
All right, Alex. So just run us back through pretty much what we did today.
Yeah, so started off with the warm-ups. Like we said, it was a new track. I haven't been on to rat trays yet, so took 5-10 minutes to learn the track. I mean, the big thing with Supercross is really just like getting the rhythm, Supercross triple, the finish line, everything down as fast as you can. So for me, when I show up to a new track, I really take that as a priority. So got everything down within the first 5-10 minutes. Did a 5-lap, kind of more like heat race. You know, get some lap time so we kind of have a baseline. And then today, the goal was just long motos, main event motos. So we did 2 20-minute plus 1-lap motos. Yeah, so a lot of red zone in the bank. I think we were like 40 plus minutes in zone 5. Maxed out at 186 heart rate. Lap times are pretty solid. Fitness is coming around. We're definitely in a better place than we were like 3 weeks ago. So yeah, Bercy's right around the corner. So you know, this week it's Thursday. We were doing some motos and sprints earlier in the week. Today was, you know, solely just motos, just to get that long seat time in. And then tomorrow we're looking at some sprints. So the program's constantly changing, kind of depending on my strengths and weaknesses. But for me right now, especially moving up to the 450 class, you know, I need to make sure that I have, for one, the speed, but also just be able to make, you know, to last the main events. And things are coming around. We're definitely putting in a lot of time. Control training CEO John Westling's got me on the program, so yeah, this is kind of the last big day of motos before we go over to Bercy. I'll fly over next week and do a one-night race over in France, racing with some of the Euro guys and a couple Americans. So I'm pretty excited, and you know, it'll be my first race on a 450 since like 2010. So I'm excited just to see where I stack up and, you know, see what I'm capable of on the big bike. So it should be good. It was a good day today.